Welcome, Jordan here. Today we're going to be discussing AI and how to AI proof yourself, especially as we get closer and closer to where this is really headed. I'm going to share my perspective. You can take what works, leave what doesn't, and I'll share a little bit about how I use AI in a way that allows me to, yes, use the benefits of it without diluting my own sense of humanity, if you want to put it that way. The best way to look at this is with every convenience that we gain in this world, we also have to consider the drawbacks of that as well. So, for example, Uber Eats or just food delivery services in general, they give you the convenience of food right to your door, right? Amazing. Human beings, we're naturally drawn towards what's most convenient, the path of least resistance. But on the other side, what do we actually lose because of that? Well, we lose going out into the world, going to the shop to get food. Maybe it's simply just the quality of food that we're missing out on. But also, the other side of that is the human connection, the interaction that you have with the person working there or the people that you meet on the way there. A key part of our development as human beings, our happiness levels, our fulfillment comes from other people and connection with those people. So, the sacrifice of this convenience is one of our core needs, as well as just the skill of cooking or, interacting with people. There's so many different ways you can look at it. So AI is no different. Yet with this surge of AI and technology, we tend to look at the convenience as something that is groundbreaking or blowing our minds, or it's so amazing. How do we function without it? When we look at AI, we have to look at the benefits and drawbacks the same way. So, looking at this convenience, what are the drawbacks if we use it without conscious awareness? Well, the first thing is we can begin to outsource our own thinking. Instead of sitting down and critically looking at a scenario where we can think through it and sit with solutions and pick the best one, we immediately go for what's the fast answer. But for you and how you make decisions, you may not make decisions instantly. You may not need to look at all of the potential solutions. You may actually just have to feel and allow some time to pass for you to arrive at the right answer. It really depends on how you're uniquely wired and how you're uniquely wired to make decisions. So that's one aspect of it. We lose our critical thinking and we make decisions based off what this chatbot tells us is the right way to do it, as if there is a right way, instead of leaning in and understanding what is right for us. Another drawback, if it's not used with conscious awareness, is that we start to dilute our own sense of creativity, our own signal, the very signal that gives you the creative capacity to create amazing things in this world, to build businesses, to create art, to do a combination of both, to express yourself in a way that is uniquely you and is a gift to this world. That gets diluted when you filter everything through the chatbot. Using this in a way where you are using it as almost the source of the creativity, or you're dulling down your own creativity or your own essence because this sounds better, is harmful in a way where it dilutes what you're here to give to the world. With everything that we're discussing here, it's not that AI can't be helpful when it comes to creativity. I personally use it towards the end of a creative project if there is any necessary use for it. The next drawback, it can easily become a tool to bypass your own process of feeling your own emotions. I talk about feeling your emotions more often than not. It's a big part of your own inner transformation and allowing yourself to fully process things that are arising for you so you can receive that clarity, get the real results that you want to see in your life. When we use AI to bypass that by looking for a solution or an answer, not only do we lose trust in ourselves, but we start to outsource our own emotional process to something like AI, where we're bypassing the emotions and we're skipping to solutions faster than is necessary for us. So, if we look at the combination of drawbacks that we've mentioned there, if it's not used with conscious awareness, what begins to happen? Well, our humanity gets stripped away. This tool becomes a master to us rather than a faithful servant. So, when we are operating with this kind of technology, we have to be careful that we're considering these drawbacks. Some of the things that I'm personally doing myself to mitigate this is to prioritize time in nature, prioritize time in silence and stillness, to allow myself to be with my own thoughts, to allow myself to be with my own emotions. to allow myself to receive ideas and to contemplate and to just spend a little bit more time than I usually would to just sit with things a little bit longer. I know for myself, when I create more time and space in nature, I connect to an intelligence that is far bigger than AI. And I allow myself to connect with a signal that is coming through for me, that quieter voice that can speak through you, the one that gives you the big idea in the shower, that comes on a random walk when you're not thinking about anything or when you left your phone behind. That is where our true power is as human beings. When we understand that that is the primary source that's going to bring us not only the most fulfillment and joy, but it's actually going to bring us the best results in life as well. Because while everybody's over here trying to use AI to create content and to put out things at a higher volume, it's diluting the signal of what they're putting out. This is where you have AI slop or whatever it's referred to as. Over here, when you spend more time, what you do put out is stronger, more potent, more real, more you. And as we get further and further into this journey of technology, that's what's going to stand out. And it's already what stands out. Great art and great music, you can feel it, you know it, compared to an AI produced track, right? It's different. So understanding that that is the core signal that is always available to us, when we prioritize that, we can then see the AI as the tool. We're not here to have the exact perfect sentence structure. We're here to express what we're here to express. So, yes, as a refinement tool, it can be great. But if that refining strips out the essence of what you're here to share, then that's when it becomes, again, diluting the actual creative signal that was coming through. So, to really AI proof yourself on this journey and to mitigate some of these drawbacks, it's about tuning into the signal that is coming through for you. And yeah, it'll be uncomfortable. You won't get an immediate answer sometimes. You may need to have to write things out yourself. But there's a certain quality to that that can't be replicated by something like AI. So we're not here to reject it as a tool. We're here to use it with conscious awareness. And the more that you can remember that you are the vehicle that is connected to this source that allows you to create and express and bring to the world truly what you are meant to bring to the world. The more that you trust that, the more you deepen your own sense of trust within yourself, but the more success and creativity that you'll have as a byproduct of it as well. This is a conversation we could have for days, but I'm curious, what is coming up for you? How do you use AI? How do you feel with this evolution and this journey that we're on? What's coming up for you? Would love to hear. With all of that being said, this has been Jordan. I'll see you in the next video.